All right, I'm putting this video together just to kind of demonstrate what I've gotten so far. I've talked to you about what this website's doing and maybe shared some documents with you. This is really just proof of concept. The design is hideous, and please don't worry about that. I just needed places to put questions and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and log in, and this is obviously just a little temporary login screen that's not what will actually be there. So we log in with our super secure password of 1234, and we see here we are. We've got our questions here. It knows who we are. This particular question has multiple choice options, submit button, and then you'll see the score instead of having a total score. Each module, which is aligned to a Common Core standard, has its independent question types. So within any given standard, there's obviously going to be different ways to assess mastery and to understand that standard. And so you have a score on each one of those question types to help the user understand their strengths and weaknesses. Maybe images trip them up, and they'll be able to see that. So we're going to get started just by getting a question right. And we submit, and we get this positive feedback of, yay, we did a good job. And that can develop into more things if we want. So we move on. Now, that was images as equations. We're going to go ahead and have another one of those, 3 plus 3, great. And we see we're already up to 40% there. Right now I have it set to where if you get 5 in a row right, the most recent 5 questions right, then you're considered proficient. And that may change. I'll have to do tests to see what is most accurate. So here we move on to a subtraction question, and we're going to put in our answer, and it bumps us up. We'll do another and get a little bit higher there. And these questions are pulled kind of randomly. The higher your score is in any question type, the less likely it is to give you that type of question. And the logic is, the closer you get towards 100%, the less you need to focus on that. And the more we should start focusing on these questions that are lower. If you're at 80% on one type and at 0% on the other because you're missing them, then we probably need to focus on them. So let's get one wrong to see how the support material. I'm a kindergartner, and I think I'm supposed to subtract. And obviously 3 minus 4 is -1, but somehow in my head I get 1. So I hit submit answer, and it says, oh no, it looks like you tried to subtract. So now I'm going to say, oh right, that's adding. So I need to add 4 to 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I'm going to put 6 in. Oh no, notice we get 2 hints this time because it's our second attempt. But the hints have automatically, all the hints have adjusted to our most recent wrong answer. It says, good, you added, just not enough this time. Start at 3 and then count at 4. Oh, all right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then somehow I get to 8 because I counted 1 too high. And it says, oh, you're close. Now here's the third hint. I'm going to really lay it out for you this time. 3, 4, 5, 6. And you guessed it, the answer is 7. Now notice, as we move on, I didn't get any credit for that. I missed it. Like I obviously don't have that skill mastered. But it forces the user to stick with a question until they get it right. And I think that's a pretty important skill. So from there, I'm going to go through. You'll see a lot of the same questions over and over again because I've only put in a few kind of filler questions just to demonstrate how the site functions. So I'm on a roll. Those help little suggestions really got it, and I am starting to get this whole adding and subtracting thing, and I'm rocking and rolling and loving it. And now you'll notice that as we get up to mastery, once you've reached 100% on a skill, and once again, we'll start to see some more of these image subtractions because they're the lowest. Once we start to really get up to 100% and reach 100, there we go. We reach 100, we're not going to see any more of these questions now. 100%, we've mastered it. We're not going to see those questions anymore. We're going to focus on the things we haven't gotten right. It says, hey, you still haven't gotten all the questions right. There we go. And we're going to add the images, and the last 2 questions will be subtraction images questions. And now, notice what happens here. Once we reach 100% on each question type, our level is going to jump up to level 2. More difficult questions. Notice the answers are 2 digits now. And all of those categories have reset themselves. We're now on a new level. We're starting over again and beginning that process all over again, but with more complicated questions. So anyways, I'd love your feedback. I'd love to see what you think. Once again, the image, the look of it is terrible. I've got miniature chihuahuas, for God's sake. But just the concept, I'd love some ideas on. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot. Appreciate it.